What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Every once in a while I like to do a video where I take Twitter questions or questions from comments and videos and put them all together and do a Q&A video, and that's what we're going to do today. So without further ado, let's just start answering some questions. Our first question comes from Ash Matheson. Will you do a fan meetup? If so, when? So there's a couple of things that kind of keep me from doing something like this. First of all, is there enough interest to actually make it worthwhile? I live in Connecticut. I just don't know how many people would actually want to come to a fan meetup in Connecticut. So maybe if you're interested in that kind of thing, let me know in the comments below. Also, I wouldn't know where to do it. I've never done that kind of thing before, so would I just do it at like a mall? Would I do it at a restaurant? If I do it at a restaurant, would it be like at an adult restaurant or a family-friendly restaurant? I just don't know. So maybe if you guys could tell me a little bit, like if you guys are interested in that sort of thing, let me know, and if you are interested, where you'd like to do it. Josh G asks, you have such a great Twitch channel that brings us so much joy and entertainment. What is the most satisfying part to you? Well, thank you very much, Josh G. I really appreciate that. I have a lot of fun doing Twitch. To me, the best part about the Twitch channel is the interaction real time with viewers. On YouTube, I can read the comments and reply to the comments, but it's not a live conversation. It's not a back and forth conversation. On Twitch, it very much is. Also, on Twitch, it's all live, so therefore, you know, it's very spontaneous, and that can make it a lot of fun. On YouTube, it's much more structured, it's often scripted, so it's just a different feel and a different way of interacting with viewers. Muju, a fellow Milky Sirloin, asks, top snacks while doming Guardians in the Crucible. So I don't often eat while I'm playing. I'm kind of, I'm weird. I don't like to have any kind of, like, salt or dust or food juice on my fingers, get it on the controller, so I'm a little weird about it. I do drink a ton of coffee when I'm gaming though, and at night while I'm playing games, I'll often open a beer or two. Michael Rogers asks, have you finished every quest in Destiny? Hashtag endless grind. Short answer is no. I haven't done all of the sword quests yet. There's quite a few quests I haven't done. I did a lot of the early quests in the Taken King to get loot, like things like Touch of Malice, the Chaperone. But as I completed the quests that have loot behind them, I slowed down on the quests quite a bit. But I definitely want to get those exotic swords. Wolves on the Prowl asks, I've always been a big Hawkmoon fan. After the April update, what is the best range for Hawkmoon to compete at? I've used Hawkmoon quite a bit since update 2.3, actually, especially on my Xbox. I feel like it's really become a close mid-range-ish gun. Anytime I start pushing the range out to medium or longer ranges, I'm giving up accuracy, I'm giving up damage, and I don't feel like I'm in the effective range for that gun to win gunfights. It's definitely not as powerful as it used to be, especially in vanilla Destiny. It's still a good gun, but I don't think it's in like a top meta gun right now. The Dark Lord asks, why are strikes like Nightfalls now? So I think this is actually pretty interesting. In update 2.3, they added modifiers to the strike playlist, and I think that makes it a lot of fun. Those modifiers are around for an entire week, so depending on what those modifiers are, they can be very conductive to grinding out strikes, and they also add a little bit of flavor to the strike playlist for the week. Every week it could be a little bit different, so even though you're playing the same playlist of strikes, your methods, your weaponry, your loadouts may be a little different. So I think they did it just to increase the interest in the Vanguard strike playlist. Robert asks, what makes you feel nostalgic in Destiny? So it always comes down to first for me. The first time I ran the Vault of Glass, the first time I ran the King's Fall raid, the first time I got an exotic as a Crucible drop, the first time I jumped into Patrol in the Alpha with a bunch of friends from the Beastly Thoughts show. These are all like the things that I remember with very fond memories because they were so interesting and so exciting. The sense of discovery in the early days of Destiny and even in the Taken King kind of first runs was absolutely astounding to me, and I loved it. And I can't wait for Rise of Iron to feel it again. Billy Mills asks, what motivates you to make more videos? So I've talked often about why I started making videos, but I've never been asked what motivates me to keep making videos. And it's very much about being part of the community. I really like being a part of this Destiny community. It's enriched my life in a lot of ways, and with videos in particular, it allows me to bring up specific topics, whether it's news, whether it's speculation, whether it's issues I have with the game, make them public and like start a conversation or be part of a conversation about Destiny. I've talked about how in my previous life, in real life, like in my meat space, I don't have a lot of friends that play video games. So a passion that I've always had, video games, has been something I didn't really talk about with people in the past. But now with YouTube and even more recently with Twitch, it's very much something I get to talk about all the time. And I'm very passionate about it. And I love talking about it. So, it's one of those motivating factors that keeps me going. But I won't lie, I also am a huge nerd and love playing with computers, editing videos, all this kind of stuff really kind of gets my rocks off in a very nerdy way. So I really enjoy the process of making videos. I get joy out of the improvement I've made in the actual workflow and the improvement in quality of the videos as I've gone on. So, there's a very nerdy aspect of it too that I really enjoy. There's a lot that goes into why I like making videos, but very much it's about community and being a nerd. Crazy Bacons asks, what's your thoughts on people saying Striker is OP? I don't know if I'd call it OP. It's definitely a very powerful subclass right now. It does lack in a few features. The grenade is very good. Shoulder charge is very good. Their super is very good situationally. I still don't know if they're the most powerful subclass. I don't know if they're OP. They're definitely very good. They're very powerful. There's other subclasses that can counter it very effectively. I think maybe a couple of things need to be looked at. The shoulder charge combined with Titan skating seems a little odd. It seems a little off. It seems a little too easy to pull off right now. But other than that, I like where the Striker Titans sit. I don't really understand what's happened to some of the other subclasses. I think they may have been nerfed too hard, and that's contributing to Strikers feeling OP. But I don't really think they're OP, and I don't want to see them adjusted too heavily. I don't want to see them hit with such a heavy hand as the Gunslingers or the Sunsingers were. Michael Dean Davis asks, what is more exciting to you? Totally new exotics, Balorhorn return and back in black, or the potential exotic Kostov? The exotic Kostov definitely has me excited. I love that gun. It's like the first gun you pick up. It's a very cool looking gun. I love the cracked glass in the sight. There's a lot of cool stuff about that gun, and to bring it back as an exotic version, I think that would make fans very happy. I'm not that excited about the return of the Balorhorn. I used it a ton in year one. I'm much more excited about brand new exotics. Earlier I mentioned that my favorite memories of Destiny, the stuff that gets me nostalgic, is the stuff that I discover, the stuff that I had no idea about until I discovered it for the first time. So always most excited about brand new, totally fresh stuff. Casual King asks, what setup makes you the most salty to go up against? A lot of the stuff that used to make me very, very salty is kind of gone. Those hyper range shotguns that we saw in the summer of year one, the Thorn, the Last Word with the 2-shot hip fire shots. A lot of that stuff has disappeared. There is one thing that I can think of right off the bat, though. In Trials of Osiris specifically, when you come against a whole team of 3 that are using sniper rifles and they're just sitting in their spawn, hard scoping every entrance to their spawn. On some maps, this can be infuriating to me personally because I'm not a patient person. I do not possess the skills of waiting these people out. I'm constantly probing. I'm constantly looking for a way in because I don't have the patience to just wait till the end of the round. So even though I know that my best play is the patience play, I just get sick of it. I get sick of it and I lose because I start peeking and I get headshot, and then they come out of the spawn and they overwhelm my 2 teammates because I got picked. That is the one that makes me the saltiest because it's just so frustrating and so boring to play against that I really can't stand it. And right now I personally believe that snipers are a little bit too easy to use. There's a little bit too much aim assist on most of them, especially the high-powered ones, and that really makes it easy to run that particular setup on an entire team, and I find it, just infuriating. So that's it. That's all the questions I got for this week. Thank you very much for all those who submitted questions. I'll probably be doing this more often throughout the summer because it's just been a little bit slower with news lately. So if you got more questions, hit me up on Twitter. Put some questions in the comments of this video. That's going to do it. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.